Hey guys, it's your boy Holistic Health with Harry. Title is go how to spot a narcissist. Big, big word. And technically, everyone is a little bit, unless you are Buddha on the mountain and enlightened, seeing everyone as unconditional love and all these things. But you know what I mean. The most extreme forms of malignant, overt, they call that, or covert narcissism. Well, there's a pattern that you'll learn. Um, with covert narcissism. I'll talk about covert narcissism. It's not as obvious, so it's harder to spot and can fool us. But there's a pattern that they will do in a close friendship or a relationship or your family member, which is a relationship. So one of those three is where you're going to find them. Um, and in relationships, the covert narcissist, the pattern is this, and this is not anything new under the sun, but it's an important area of topic of studying from life experience and all I'm learning. It's a very interesting topic, and there'll be a lot to unpack as I process a lot of things in my life. So the tactic and how to spot them is this in a relationship, the covert. First of all, you're going to get a lot of love bombing from the start. So lots and lots of love bombing. This is designed to weaken your defenses, make you feel special, like the chosen one, an abnormal amount of love bombing. Let's just say that. And this happens very, very quickly into the interactions when you establish a relationship with a person. It could be a man covert narcissist or it could be a woman covert narcissist. So the love bombing is then moved to idealization. So the narcissist doesn't live in, is very detached from reality. So what I mean is that the covert narcissist can actually see other people and have compassion for other people very well. They can actually see, no, not compassion, they can see people very well. This is the trick. But they can't see themselves. So they love bomb and then they idealize, idealization. And what happens is in their head, they are projecting a perfect vision of you, a fantasy version of you that they want you to meet. And the combination, and this is the beginning of a relationship, between love bombing and idealization, idolizing you into a version that you're not there yet, puts you in a state where you feel very attached and connected to this person. And that's the trick of the narcissist who has a very strong soul devil in there. They don't know this, by the way. A lot of them don't. So they love bomb, idealize, and in that stage, which is the first few weeks, 2 months, normally runs out after a bit, but they'll idolize you, and then you're a human being, so you can never meet the expectations and the idealization projections of a narcissist. So when you fall off that after a few months and the honeymoon's over, then they've got you attached because you're being love bombed and idealized, and you feel like that person really sees you on a very deep level. This is where the narcissist gets their hooks in. And then they start to take control because a narcissist doesn't know how to love, only to control. They mistake control for love and they don't know how to actually love. It's impossible for them. So they start controlling you after that when you don't meet their idealization expectations, and they get bored and they want to take. And then they start devaluing you. And that is where they control. They become the controller in the relationship. They become unpredictable, hard to please, miserable, starting fights out of nothing, controlling you so much that it brings out your own narcissism. But caveat isn't as bad as their narcissism, because we're talking about complete covert narcissists here. So we'll start fights, ruptures, devalue, and this is very painful for a human because you've been idealized into this perfect version, and then once you got attached, they take control, and then they start devaluing you. It's like a strong pull, push in a big effort. And this devaluing can go on and on and on until the narcissist finds somebody new to date or give them money, both, maybe. And they will start talking to them without you knowing. And the next one after devaluation, which can be a long process, it can take many years to a couple of months. When they have the new supply ready, they'll discard you coldly. and try and make out and try and gaslight you that it was all your fault in the relationship. I think we all know, guys, it takes two to tango in a relationship. No one's perfect. However, when you're dating a covert narcissist, they're the ones primarily at fault. They're the ones um, devaluing you, making you feel like you're walking on eggshells, unpredictable, and they sink you down to their level with the devaluation. And then that gives them the reason when you start fighting because you're unhappy with this and your soul's being dragged out and messed around with, and you're in a trauma bond. Your brain gets rewired into a trauma loop with them, fighting that they create, and they make you think that it's your fault because gaslighting is key to their control. Great tactic, gaslighting, changing the narrative. You can never call an narcissist out, even give them constructive criticism of what they've done wrong because they take it, they gaslight you back and make it about you. And that's where I got fooled, and I will hopefully not get fooled again. But yeah, they discard you. More often than not, new supply, discard, no guilt, none. And they'll go off, discard you, get with the new supply, who might be your friend or someone you don't know. They'll get with them and express no guilt at all. That's how you know. So repeat the steps again. Love bombing in the initial stages. Idealization with projection. Idealization. You can't meet those expectations. They get bored. So they want to take energy, which they enjoy. The pulls, now they push you with devaluation. And then at some point they discard you like a hot potato. Like you don't matter. And run off to the new supply. The good news is once you spot the pattern, you won't allow that in your life and you'll see it earlier. Some people only see it till the end. Only figure out the end. But that pattern will repeat for the covert narcissist the rest of their lives because they can't take no accountability. They can't receive constructive criticism. They're delusional, not in their awareness of other people necessarily, in the awareness of themselves. They can't take it. They can dish it, but they can't take it. And they're cold. And they can and will brutally discard you and leave you with no qualms and try and take your money because a lot of narcissists don't know how to love. They just learn how to control, and money and safety is a big thing for them, not love. So there we go. There's the process. Let me know if you've had any experiences. I think it's a huge topic. Nearly everyone's had some kind of narcissism put upon them. People more narcissistic than you doing these patterns. There's a lot going on, information on this now, and it's crazy.